Hey, it's Noog here, and I'm giving my opinions on the Destiny 2 beta so far. So, most of it's good. I really enjoy the slower paced PvP, not having to worry about getting exploded by every single grenade that gets thrown your way every 10 seconds. The super obliterating your life every other round or whatever. But I do have a couple complaints, and I'm going to go over those first. So far, I really don't like how long the supers take to generate. In this match, it took me until round like 7 to get my super, which is kind of pointless. If the matches are fair and balanced, you'll get your super maybe once. Well, you'll definitely get it once, maybe twice. But when it's a stomp, you're not going to get your super at all. Or not until the very last round at least. Which is quite unfortunate. Because, honestly, like for me, I'm playing the Dawnblade because I really like the super, I like the healing it has, all that other stuff. It's just overall fun to fly around and throw fireballs basically at people whenever you get your super. I also don't like that people are pretty dumb when it comes to the PvP, which that's not a fault of the beta, it's just something I've noticed. People don't ever revive people. Which we actually lose one of the rounds in this match because they didn't revive me. And instead they decided to dick around. Which is, again, not a fault of the beta. It's just people, and hopefully that's something that people will learn as time goes on. I don't like how power ammo spawns so often. Granted, it only lasts a round, you only get a couple shots, so it's not as bad, only one person gets it. But it's still quite annoying that it spawns in the first like 10 seconds of any round. Or just constantly, basically being up. So, I'm not a fan of that, at least in Countdown. I don't play Control that much, I really like Countdown because people die, they stay dead. I like that. Another issue I have is how slow your abilities regenerate. Granted, I don't use them that much, especially not melee, because there's no way in hell I'm walking up to someone and punching them in the face in Destiny 2. Unless they, like, run up on me first. But they all seem to take a really long time to regenerate, which is fine in PvP. I'm okay with that in PvP, but in PvE, they need to respawn, they need to regenerate quicker. I'm sure there are items that change that, and I'm hoping there are. But the supers, in my opinion, should be available like 30 seconds more, and grenades like 10 seconds more often. In PvE, in PvP, the grenades are fine. The supers, arguably I would prefer them more often. Like I would like at least be guaranteed to have the super. Cause like I'm going ham in this match. I'm not being garbage like I normally am. And I still barely got my super. So yeah, that's an issue I have with that. Other than that, everything's really good. The weapons feel better. I can actually land fucking shots with a hand cannon instead of having a million-mile recoil where I smack myself in the face with a gun every time I shoot. At least that's why I imagine is what happens. Because that's ridiculous. The whole kinetic energy weapon system I really like, because I can use a pulse rifle and an auto rifle, 2 hand cannons, whatever it is I like to use.
Only 1 minute left.
The new submachine gun thing is pretty cool. I quite like those. I found one, but I much prefer the pulse rifle, and it's only the one I found is an energy weapon, so I can't use it over my pulse rifle, which I prefer. Well, you actually have 2, because one of them is the exotic warlock to get in the beginning mission, but another thing that's really great is how fluid everything feels. Like, I don't know if it's maybe just a jumping upgrade I picked, but gliding feels much, much smoother in this. I don't like this circle is your class ability, because I tend to accidentally dodge or slide instead, but the class ability itself is really great, especially on the Warlock, being able to choose between a healing thing or a damage buff. And this right here is where we lose the match because they don't revive me. See, I can be revived right now. Instead, they're walking away. And the guy just ignores the guy right beside him. And I try to switch the camera to see what's going on, and by the time I finally get through, the guy got destroyed by a shotgun. Which is part of what I was saying with I don't like the heavy ammo, because heavy weapons are ridiculous. So I get why they're there. I still don't like them. Matches in Countdown are like 2-minute time limit, so I can see why, but yeah, everything else is more class specific of the issues I have or the things I would praise, so not much else for me to talk about, so I'm just gonna let the rest of this match play out and enjoy.
Hammered them. Do it again. Victory is within your grasp. Set a charge. Charge set. Now to battle. All opponents down. A powerful finish. And Zavala said Cabal bombs would make poor training tools.